Which option describes the way to correct a punctuation error in the passage? Let's go through our choices, implement the changes they're suggesting, and see if they're appropriate. A. Add a comma after the words March 2020 in sentence 6. In March 2020, Kenya abruptly closed its borders in an effort to curb the spread of the virus. In March 2020 is what's known as a participial phrase. That is, it supplies more information about the independent clause. In this case, when this happened. English grammar rules dictate that a participial phrase must be separated from the independent clause with a comma to increase clarity and avoid confusing sentence structure. This being the case, we can see that this correction is necessary, and this choice is likely our answer. If we'd like to be cautious, we can check out the other choices. B. Change the comma after the word halt in sentence 7 to a semicolon. The country's billion-dollar tourism industry came to a screeching halt, losing over 80% of its revenue. A semicolon is used to separate two independent clauses, or two clauses that could stand on their own as complete sentences. The country's billion-dollar tourism industry came to a screeching halt is an independent clause, as it includes a subject and a predicate, the industry and came, respectively. Losing over 80% of its revenue, however, is a dependent clause. It has no subject. This being the case, it would be incorrect to separate the two with a semicolon, and this choice can be marked as incorrect. C. Remove the comma after 2024 in sentence 8. It is not expected to recover until 2024, says Balala. Again, we see a participial phrase here. Says Balala tells us more about the independent clause. It tells us who's saying it. And as we've already established that participial phrases need to be separated by commas from the independent clause, we can see that this suggestion is incorrect, and this choice can be marked off. And D. Change the colon after the word yet in sentence 10 to a comma. That question has triggered Kenya's most ambitious conservation effort yet, counting every single animal and marine life in all 58 national parks across the country for the first time ever. A colon is used to introduce lists, explanations, or for strong emphasis. And we do find an explanation following the colon in this sentence. It explains what Kenya's most ambitious conservation effort yet is. As the colon is appropriate here, this choice can be marked off, and we can mark our original answer, choice A, as our final answer.